Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a park battle. This is my first ever park battle. This is between Carowinds and Six Flags Over Georgia. I really wanted to do this kind of segment because I think they are fun to make and stuff. I like comparing different parks and stuff. I know this isn't really unique, but like it isn't like original, but I'm still trying to find original segments. So if you think of what would be cool to make, just comment down below what you think would be a good segment that I should start. And yeah, so let's get into this park battle. So this is between Carowinds and Six Flags Over Georgia. These two parks are both in the south and they have tons of roller coasters. So I'm going to be comparing both these rides. So let's get started. So these are the categories. We've got coasters. So if so whatever kiddie coaster wins will be a half point. Roller coasters worth 1 point. Major coasters are worth 2 points. And the best coaster in the park is 3 points. The drop tower is 2 points. Thrill rides equals 2 points. Family rides is 1 point. Food is 2 points. Theming is 2 points. Shows is 1 point. Appearance is 1 point. And the price is worth 2 points. So let's get started here. This is between the inverted roller coasters. This is going to be our first category. This is between Afterburn and Batman the Ride. And of course, Afterburn will crush Batman. Afterburn is, without a doubt, probably the most intense invert I've ever ridden, period. And plus, it's not a clone, unlike Batman. Batman's a clone. I mean, both rides are very intense, don't get me wrong, but Batman's a clone, and Afterburn is very unique. So next up, we've got the kiddie coasters. So this is Lucy's Krabby Patty versus Joker's Funhouse Coaster, and the Joker's Funhouse Coaster will win by far, because it is very unique for a kiddie coaster. It has a unique layout, and I mean, Lucy's Krabby Patty, I like how it has a nice little hooks, but Joker's Funhouse Coaster is just straight up better. So let's move on to the mine trains. This is Carolina Gold Rush versus the Dahlonega Mine Train, and Dahlonega Mine Train wins, in my opinion, for being a longer ride, which that might be an unpopular opinion, because I know some people think this is boring. However, for some reason, I like the Dahlonega Mine Train more than Carolina Gold Rush, just because it's a much longer ride. And Dahlonega Mine Train, I will admit, actually has a pretty decent moment, which is that final drop. I thought that was pretty decent. Carolina Gold Rusher is just kind of short compared to Dahlonega Mine Train. Okay. Next up, this is the classic looping coasters. This is kind of an odd matchup because we're comparing an Arrow and a Schwarzkopf. But these are both classics. So this is the Carolina Cyclone versus the Mindbender, and I am giving it to Mindbender by far. Mindbender wins for being far smoother than Carolina Cyclone and more intense. I'm not saying Carolina Cyclone is very rough. It is kind of rough, but it's not bad for smoothness. Neither coaster is unbearably rough at all. I haven't ridden like a really rough Arrow coaster yet. Soon I might get to the Anaconda, but that's for another day. Well, yeah. But Carolina Cyclone, just not as good as Mindbender. Mindbender just blew my mind. And let's move on to the next category, which is stand-up coasters. Vortex versus Georgia Scorcher. Y'all know which one's going to win. Georgia Scorcher, definitely. Georgia Scorcher, in my opinion, wins for being more intense. Vortex, I mean, I will admit, I actually really liked Vortex. I thought Vortex was a good coaster. I know some people aren't a fan of it. Like, I know Taylor's not a fan of it. Peter's not a fan of it. So, I know Taylor's ridden the Georgia Scorcher, but hey, Peter, if you're watching this, go to Six Flags Over Georgia and ride the Georgia Scorcher. Your mind will be blown. Georgia Scorcher is a very intense roller coaster, and it is tons of fun. And I thought Georgia Scorcher was pretty smooth for stand-up, too. Vortex, I didn't think it was rough. I know those two guys I was talking about thought it was very rough, but I didn't think Vortex was rough. I thought it was smooth. It had a little headbang, but it was not bad. It's kind of like Kumba, you could say it like that. So let's move on to wooden roller coasters. This is the Hurler versus the Great American Screw Machine, and Great American Screw Machine will win. It might be a bit rougher, but the airtime was insane, so of course that one will win. Hurler just kind of has a bland layout, doesn't really do anything. Next up, we have flying roller coasters. This is between Nighthawk and Superman Ultimate Flight, and by far, Superman will win this one. I didn't hate Nighthawk. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Nighthawk was pretty rough and shaky, so Superman will win this will win this battle. Okay, next up is Vekoma Looping Coasters. This is the Flying Cobras versus Blue Hawk. And Flying Cobras is a boomerang. They're very standard. And Blue Hawk will absolutely win this coaster. Sorry, will win this fight right here, wins category, just because it's not a clone. And it's actually a pretty good roller coaster. I really enjoy the Blue Hawk. Both have the best restraints. I rode Flying Cobras is my favorite boomerang at the moment, just because it seemed a lot more tense than other boomerangs I've ridden. But I rode Flying Cobras when it was the Carolina Cobra back in 2016. I rode Blue Hawk last year in 2017, and both are pretty smooth. I rode Blue Hawk is a bit smoother for some reason. However, that doesn't really matter. Both of these coasters are pretty good. So let's move on to the final coaster matchup. This is the hyper coasters. This is Intimidator versus Goliath, and Intimidator, I will admit, is very massive, very tall. However, Goliath will absolutely win this category right here. Goliath was just a incredible B&M hyper. It wins for its better airtime and a helix of death. Like, Goliath has a very intense helix, and Intimidator just wasn't that intense. But Goliath was pretty intense for B&M hyper. Currently, my second favorite B&M hyper, just behind Mako at SeaWorld. So that will do it for these coasters. Now we got some extra roller coasters. So Carowinds will receive 3 points of Fury 325, which is my favorite coaster I've ever ridden. Then Ricochet will get 1 point. The Kitty Hawk will receive half of a point because it's a kitty coaster. And Woodstock Express will receive a half point. And then Six Flags Over Georgia has some extra coasters. They got the Twisted Cyclone, which is the RMC redo of the Georgia Cyclone. So I'll receive 3 points. No one's ridden it yet, but I'm pretty sure if I ever go back to Six Flags Over Georgia, I wouldn't be surprised if Twisted Cyclone becomes my favorite ride in the park. Then they got Daredevil Dive, which is worth 2 points. Okay, now the coasters are done. Let's move on to the drop towers. This is between Drop Tower and Acrophobia, and by far Acrophobia will win this one. I wasn't a big fan of Drop Tower. I probably just wrote it wrong, because the Drop Tower at Six Flags America is basically like the same thing Drop Tower is, but I actually really enjoyed the one at Six Flags America, the Voodoo Drop. But Drop Tower it has a painful drop. It was probably my first time riding a Drop Tower like that, so I probably wrote it the wrong way or something. If I ever go back to Carowinds and I ride again, I probably will actually really enjoy it. But Acrophobia was just amazing. That drop was very intense, and the slowing down was just, man, it had some G-force. And I love the tilting. It's like a pre-version of Falcon's Fury. That's what I'll admit. And literally you got Falcon's Fury like hours away from Six Flags Over Georgia. So yeah, Acrophobia will win this category. Let's move on to the thrill rides, and I'm going to want Six Flags Over Georgia, and here's why. I think they have a better diversity. You've got the Drop Tower, you've got a Larson Loop, and you got the Skyscraper rides. You got those. Let's see if I can think of any more off the top of my head. But yeah, those are some good thrill rides. Carowinds has a decent amount of thrill rides too, I'll admit. But also, Six Flags Over Georgia has a Sky Coaster too. Well, so at the same time, Carowinds. But yeah, let's move on to family rides, and Six Flags will win this one because they have two dark rides. The Monster Mansion, which I have to admit, Monster Mansion. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk about Six Flags Over Georgia without mentioning the Monster Mansion. Monster Mansion is one of the strangest rides I've ever ridden. It's like, if I could say like a ghetto version of It's a Small World. I don't know if I really describe it like that, but Monster Mansion was just a really bizarre attraction. I feel like the boat could tip out any moment. I thought it was strange. But also they've got the Justice League Battle for Metropolis ride, which I thought that was a really neat dark ride. I thought that was fun. Plus they've got like some good water. They have some water rides, which I did not ride any of the water rides of the 2 times I went to Six Flags Over Georgia. I didn't ride any of the water rides. They also got some like a great kiddie section too. The Looney Tunes, the Looney Tunes stuff. Blah blah blah. I didn't even go to Looney Tunes, and then you got the DC Super Friends Land. Yeah, then Carowinds has a decent amount of family rides too. They've got a Sky Tower, and they've also got a nice kiddie area, which now when I went it was Planet Snoopy, but I'm pretty sure they're redeeming it to Camp Snoopy. I think what Sierra Point has. But yeah, that's the family rides category. So that's out of the way. Let's move on to food. And Carowinds will absolutely win this category. I was blown away by Carowinds' food. They have some fantastic food. Basically, twice I actually went to a Chick-fil-A, which is funny. But But they also got more than that. I went to Cheese and Pete's for some crab fries. Got some pizza, which their pizza was incredible. Same with the Chickies and Pete's crab fries, and of course the Chick-fil-A was good. And they also even have like a nicer area called I forgot the name of it. It was like the dining hall or something. They've got like barbecue and stuff. It was nice. Or it could have just been because when I went, they were doing the barbecue brews and bands, like blah 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 that crap. Six Flags Over Georgia has some pretty decent food too. First time I went to a Johnny Rockets and got myself a burger, and that was pretty neat. Not the best burger I've eaten, but not bad. And I also went to the second time I went to the some wing place near Blue Hawk, which they had some good food. Those wings were much better than the burger in my opinion. However, I will admit, Six Flags Over Georgia's food was very pricey. I have to admit, I was not a big fan of the cost. It cost $18 for a burger, and it wasn't worth the price. Like, come on, Six Flags, that was not a smart decision. Carowinds, I forgot how much the food costs, so I can't really say anything about that. So let's move on to theming. And by far, Six Flags will win this category. Neither park really has the best theming, but Six Flags has some good themed areas. The DC Super Friends area and the Bugs Bunny Boomtown. There we go. Bugs Bunny Boomtown. That's the name of it I was looking for. And of course, we got Justice League Battle for Metropolis. We got not the DC or what is it? Gotham City. Got Gotham City. Gotham City was alright. When it comes to theming. I mean, Carowinds, it doesn't even feel like they're in areas at all. It doesn't even feel like the theming is really, really poor at Carowinds. It feels like an amusement park. So yeah, naturally I'm giving 2 points to Carowinds. Sorry, Six Flags, my bad. What am I doing here? Anyhow, let's move on to shows, and I'm not giving either park a point because I didn't see any of the shows when I went to the parks. I didn't see a single show. So next, now we have the appearance, and Carowinds will absolutely win this category. Carowinds was a much nicer looking park than Six Flags Over Georgia. Six Flags Over Georgia looked nice, don't get me wrong, but Carowinds just seemed a lot nicer. I'm not sure if it was like Cedar Fair's way or something. However, I will admit, Six Flags Over Georgia does have some picturesque like shots you can get. Like, for instance, of this one right here of Blue Hawk, but this photo is back when it was Ninja. Ugh, the crappy Vekoma looping coaster known as a Ninja. But yeah, this right here is like in this area right here is you can get a very good photogenic shot of the Blue Hawk coaster, which is over water, which I think that looks beautiful. Blue Hawk does have a pretty good setting. Same with Grandmaker and Scream Machine as well. Those are probably the two best settings. Same with Mindbender. Yeah. So I will admit, Six Flags Over Georgia is still pretty good when it comes to the appearance. But Carowinds is straight up better in my opinion. Let's move on to our final category, the price of the parks. For a ticket to Carowinds, it costs $45, which not bad at all for a park, I will say. Six Flags Over Georgia had cost $70. Now that is a bit not that bad, but not compared to like any of the Florida parks, but it's still not the best. So Carowinds will win this category just because it's a lot cheaper. So without that being said, our winner of the park battle by far going to Six Flags Over Georgia. Congratulations, you have defeated Carowinds. In my opinion, I think Carowinds is a better park, but Six Flags Over Georgia I think, dominated all the categories, which I find interesting. Well, except for some. I mean, Carowinds has a better the appearance in Carowinds is better, but Six Flags Six Flags just have more to do, even though for Carowinds. However, that will do it for this battle. You can comment down which park do you think is better. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe for more videos that are coming in the future. And don't forget to check out the social media link. And have a theme-tacular day.